Get up. Get up. Fresh. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Check it out.
Sorry about that, folks. There's too many things when you're doing anything on your own. I had to push the wrong button, and I didn't push the other button. So there you go. Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner and 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. As always, I hope you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. It seems like a year since I've seen Ryan Knight.
Hey, it's only been a week, but good to see you as always, Dr. Vibe. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. Which way am I going? And we work with entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage their business is in, and then help them create a strategy to grow their companies exponentially. I am also an entrepreneur. I run a company called Detailing Nights. So we go to people's houses or their offices, clean their cars on the spot with our waterless mobile car cleaning service. And as the season's wrapping up, this week seems like a nice blast of the good fall weather. It was crisp on the weekend, but we're holding on tight. I see some sunshine in tonight this week.
All right, good stuff. So before we go any further, we got to keep our Monday tradition going. And our Monday tradition is always this episode of the Morning Vibe is sponsored by the Macmillan Group, providing mortgage solutions one client at a time since 1999, buying, free financing, or investing. There are the numbers there, 905-813-4354 if you're in Canada. United States, 904-586-5636. So thank you for their continuous support of the Morning Vibe, and also some more deets on them. There's the Canadian number, there's the US number, there's the toll-free number. Also, you have their website address, the Macmillan Group Inc.com, and also email address raycmcmillan@gmail.com. So, Mr. Ryan, what is going on in your world? It's been a long time.
Yeah, what has been going on? My daughter made the volleyball team, so that was exciting. Good job, Jazz. This weekend in the morning on Saturday, we were doing our Delta Family Resource Center Youth Entrepreneurship Program. So we were getting to talk about marketing and showing tools and AI tools to help amplify marketing, and of course, how to identify like our target gold clients. So that was fun. And then in the evening was able to head to the MACA, which is the Markham African Caribbean Association. Yes, with Lisa Joy. So thank you for the invite. I was their keynote speaker for their scholarship awards. And it was the first time a friend of mine came with me. Shout out to Ken. And he videotaped it. So usually I don't get a chance to record myself. So I'm going to be able to post that. So you'll see what the keynote was about. And then in the evening was able to head to the Black Cake Clash. So if you feel you have the best rum cake, they were able to do the competition. So they brought 8 chefs to taste. Everybody in the audience got to taste the 8 different rum cakes, and then there's
hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold off. I got questions to you about that, but we're gonna do some other things. But where were you yesterday?
Yes, so shout out to Empro Graphics, Jamal Augustine, that's been on the show before. He's been doing his holiday pop-up. So it's 2 days this weekend and also December the 10th. I'll do that the Sunday. So myself and my wife Cher that does Ebony Occasions. So they have Afrocentric greeting cards, and I was there with ACBN. We had our stuff and our book that I wrote with my daughter Jasmine, Jazz and Dad Start a Lemonade Stand. So, Knight family affair representing our
There you go.
entrepreneurship endeavors.
Well,
So it was
it's
fun.
wonderful. True family business, not business, but business says.
Right, right. Yes,
Like
yes.
multiple. That's fantastic. And
Yeah.
Fitness IQ Cam, there she is. Morning, everyone, otherwise known as KSEYL RWFQ. Good to have you on here. She's made some other comments, but I'm going to save until our friend comes
Mhm.
on. What else has been going on in your world other than, oh, it looks like family, a lot of family stuff going on.
Yeah, still finding some pockets to relax, but did want to shout out some uh, entrepreneurs that are like running their stores. And one I didn't realize was I Train, I Win in
Oh,
the city center. So she used to be in the Reveler Afrique, like just having her clothing in that store.
yes.
And now she's
Yes.
opened up her own full store downstairs. So if people know Bramley City Center, it's near that Dollarama side where Tim Hortons is. So yeah, I got to go check it out and just rooting for her. She's doing great. Ada. So shout out to Ada that's running her store there.
Nice. Nice.
And how was the weekend for you, good sir? How did the episodes go?
Well, Monday night was fantastic. Went over 2 hours, which was fantastic.
Okay, yes.
Was really good. Interesting interviewing candidates to join the team. I had a very good conversation last night with someone from the left coast. But I got an email, and they had a team, and I got an email this morning saying, "Hey, we can't dedicate that much time," which is okay. And they said, "You know what? This is just like a conversation. I don't feel like it's an interview." Well, that's what I do.
Yes, yes,
That's what I
exactly.
do. So let's catch up with some things here. Opal Inspire says, "Good morning, everybody."
Oh,
From the DMV. Haven't seen you for a bit. Hope you and Jordan are fine. Divine Right. Okay, good stuff. And there's also Fitness IQ goes not after this weekend. She missed M2M Con. So that's an organization that's representing Earn Your Leisure in Toronto. And
okay.
so
Oh, they had another conference or
then
event?
the M2M, I guess, is their chosen representative, like working with Earn Your Leisure in
Mm.
Toronto. Very interesting. What was it? I believe it was 19 Keys was in Toronto like a week ago this Saturday. So I have someone who I very highly respect in the financial game go out and see the event, and he broke it down for me, and he only gave it a 5 out of 10.
Okay. Hey, they could.
So
But
so
is it similar to what they did last time, where they just kind of present concepts, or was it, I
you
guess, a
know,
5 out of 10?
if you
Something.
want, I can read their review. I'm not going to say who it is.
Right, right. Yes.
But let me just read their so, some other things going on. But I'll read his review. Then also want to talk about Elaine Arthur.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So this person, when it came to the review, okay, it says it was okay. First, there was a real estate panel that had Canadian agent and some info on the market and how to buy collectively. Good.
Mm,
Director X took us through a meditation exercise. Good. He talked about mindset, collective economics, and how to leverage AI. Good.
mm.
Of course, there was merch. Only VIPs could stay back for questions and the mandatory after party, all for $134.95. He got a free ticket, but he
Mm.
said, I could have watched YouTube for this info. I give it a 5 out of 10.
Gotcha. Well, and that's where they have a brand that is a bit elevated, like elevated financial literacy. So now, if you're gonna spend money and go see them in person, or I guess their affiliates, you'd want to take away something tangible. So, like you said, if it's just theory elements and inspirational and motivational, YouTube has that covered. If you're paying to go in person, like, yeah, let's walk away. Have people sign up for a collective buy. Like, that would have been powerful to say, hey, you just learned about it. Now, are you serious? Let's actually look at something and sign up.
Don't
Or
know.
maybe they
Don't
did.
know.
I don't know. I wasn't there. So,
So I was there, but the person I went, very much respect for.
mhm.
So Divine Right says in the DMV, are all good here. Weather is up 1 minute and down the other. Uh, Fitness IQ Cam goes ouch about the review.
Right.
Sophia Jacobs, hello in Ottawa, says EYL really. Christopher says sheesh. And Fitness, we had a debate about this. I think she had a debate about this on her platform on YouTube that broadcasts on Saturday afternoons. Divine Right says, hey, Fitness IQ. Fitness IQ is also going, Mo, she's our hype lady today. Morning, Opal. Also, EYL's investors quite an event from what I've read and have seen. Very surprised with the review. Now,
but Invest is that the one that they did in Atlanta?
Yeah.
But that had like vendors and people being able to transact. So I don't think they did that.
No, I don't. No,
Right.
but I'll just leave. I'll just stay out of it. I'll transition to another conversation topic. So Ryan, you had on your timeline on LinkedIn and you tagged me a conversation with Alain Arthur, and people who don't know, he has been the driving force behind a television program called Caribbean Vibrations. I think it's for 25 years. He was telling me. I know it's 20, but
his anniversary is 20. Maybe I'm not sure. I know the anniversary next year is 20 that they're doing.
Okay, so 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's basically he was calling out organizations who want media outlets to cover Black focused content, but want them to do it for free when they've got a whole bunch of money that they pay non-Black media outlets to promote these sort of things. And he was also calling out people who are Black, who are working in these organizations, who are just supporting that message in those those white organizations. It was a great video, 100%. And I did have a good conversation with Alain last week. And I didn't realize he brought to my attention. I've known him for 30 years.
Whoa.
We met 30 years ago. So it was really good. So we had a really good conversation, and he said he is more than up to coming on the Morning Vibe to talk about this. So I'm looking to get himself, and also I'm pretty sure Roger Dundas, and we're looking at one or two other media Black run and Black owned media houses to talk about this conversation. So we're speaking that we're going to get it in before the end of the year, because we are fairly booked up conversation wise, almost to the middle of December. So we're looking at that. So very interesting conversation. Oh, by the way, Divine Right says, loved your interview with Dr. Tachi. Sneak peek. Yes, looking forward to launch. Yes, Indie Soup Media. So I had a conversation, and she'll probably jump in somehow today in the comments with Dr. Tachi last night. Speaking about that, Dr. Tachi was on last night with Dr. Alicia Watkins.
Solid. Okay, that's the second time I think they.
Well, they were actually on one of Dr. Boyce's platforms, Pillow Talk.
Oh, nice.
Pillow Talk and Fly Nubian Queen. And think about this: Fly Nubian Queen has over 400,000 subscribers on YouTube.
I love it.
So they were talking. There's a big beef going on about in the rap world. Well, isn't there these days, between a rapper D1 and what's the other guy's name? But he was calling out some rappers, saying, "Hey, the stuff you're talking about is not good. It's not edifying the Black community. You're talking about murder, all this," and they've pushed back on him. I think it was Meek Mill, and then there's a video, and if you listen to his response, it's almost like a threat.
Whoa.
So it's so it's just really, really, but yeah. So Dr. Tachi was on.
Sorry, 1 sec. I think someone's at the door. I'll be right back.
No problem. Go for it. Answer the door. No problem. We'll take you off screen for a minute, Ryan. Okay. All right. So Ryan is going to be off for a second. Someone's at the door. So we'll just let me on for the next few moments. So yes. Oh, yes. You've got it right. Now, Jim Jones and Rick Ross. Thank you, Christopher. Love the Morning Vibe family. So it was quite an interesting conversation. It's from a Black woman's perspective. So think about Dr. Tachi has her PhD in social work. No, not Dr. Tachi. Dr. Alicia has her PhD in social work. And also Dr. Tachi has her PhD in communications from Harvard. Yeah, it's D1 versus Drew. Yeah, so there we go. D1, which I think it's just D, the letter D in one, versus Jim Jones and Rick Ross. So thank you so much, Christopher. I couldn't remember everything about, but it's quite an interesting controversy that's going on in that realm. So we're going to wait for Ryan to come back. And our friend Carolyn from the Energy Shack Juice Bar is with us. She's waiting in the green room. We're going to bring her in after our break, but we'll just wait for Ryan. I have a interesting FYI for Ryan. I want him to catch live before we get going. So everyone else, hope everyone is doing well. Where are you chiming in from? Oh, good morning, Elemental Notes, a friend of ours and also definitely a friend of Carolyn. So she's in the house this morning. Hope you and your daughter are fine and safe. Just some programming stuff. Speaking about Dr. Alicia and Dr. Tachi, they're going to be on the Dr. Vibe show tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So, you know what? This gave me a chance. I didn't even do this stuff today. So filler time. Please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Also follow the Dr. Vibe show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagrams. So this is good. Ryan went away. Can get this done. Also, if you want to advertise your business, product, or service on the Dr. Vibe show, please email me at dr.vibe@drvibeshow.com. And also join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Lots happening, lots of conversations happening. When we do these things here, it's live, but also in between conversations, we keep it going. All right, let's check some of our comments this morning. Thank you for the correction. Dr. Hazard T from Howard. Yes, not, did I say Harvard? I say Howard. Okay, from Howard University. I know that actually my dad's a graduate from Howard University, so I should know better. All right. What is up, Dave Lindsay? Great Afrobeats house DJ. Fantastic. Oh, Fitness IQ goes, I'm about to have my warm lemon water. I wonder why you're making that a point. Why are you saying that? I have my bottle of warm water right here. I basically these days, 95% of the time, this is with me, whether I'm in the car or sitting at my desk or in the house. My bottle of water is not away. I didn't have lemon water this morning. I just had plain water. But I will show you one of the things I did have this morning. Apple. And also going to have my orange. So there you go. So I don't know when Ryan's come back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back with Carolyn, whether Ryan is here or not. So you're watching the Morning Vibe live. Oh, one last thing too. For those who do so, in Canada, we had Remembrance Day on Saturday. In the United States, they call it Veterans Day. And we want to salute the soldiers past, present, and future who've given up their time and sometimes their lives to protect what we have here in North America. So we can't forget that. So two more comments before we go to break. All right. Fitness IQ says, me too. Fitness IQ, my son as well. Oh, so the lemon water thing. Well, we better get Carolyn up. She's having it. Look at, and she goes, Fitness goes, listen, my journey is being documented. Oh, Carolyn will like that too. All right. So let's go to break. And once we come back from break, we're going to bring Carolyn. Obviously, people are waiting for Carolyn more than myself and Ryan. So let's go to break and let's come back up.
And that's what I feel like. You feel like you're the Harriet Tubman of the mind.
I am.
I feel like I'm I'm one of the Harriet Tubmans of intelligent Black people. Like I want to liberate y'all from like being left behind and ignored and oblivion. Now, really, the rappers get all the attention. You know, seriously, does anybody else feel this way? Like ignorant Black people, they'll be all up, getting all the headlines on the Shade Room.
Overly sexualized Black folks.
Like the twerkers and the, just people that, don't always represent the best of us, the diversity, like people like Dr. Vibe. Like everybody should know about people like Dr. Vibe. Dr.
Really
Vibe he's trying to do good work for Black people.
Dr. Vibe from Toronto. Good to see you, my brother. Dr. Vibe. Everybody follow Dr. Vibe. He has a great show. He's very good at what he does, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Okay, so let me hop into this. What's up, Dr. Vibe? How you doing? Everybody, if you see Dr. Vibe in the chat, everybody go follow the Dr. Vibe show. Dr. Bob is a real smart brother and a good human being. I like the guy a lot, and he's very intelligent. And I think everyone should pay attention to what he's got going on. We got to shine the spotlight on the intelligent Black people out here that are really doing the good work. Don't just pay attention to the rappers and the celebrities. You know, a lot of these people are losers. Your true winners are your people in your community that are really having your back. You know, helping us to have stronger families and a stronger community. So Dr. Bob is in that category. So you might see the Dr. Bob show in this chat. If you see him, please go follow him. Okay. All right. So anyway.
All right. Everything all right with the doorbell?
Oh, yes. So one of my detailers needed some supplies and he was picking up.
Okay. So here, I'm going to give you a little surprise. So I think it was on Friday. Dr. Boyce went on live and he was basically talking about, in his opinion, 10 of some of the best side hustles to do these days.
Okay.
And one of the things he said was mobile car washing.
Hey, gotta clip that.
You gotta clip that, man. He said that, and he said anything mobile is a good opportunity as a side hustle when he said that. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna download and I'll share the video with you.
Thank you.
It was a great little thing that he did, and I went, I know someone who's in that industry.
Yes, and that's where, hey, if other people want to get in the industry, we can definitely help them get set up. And we're going to be looking into the US as well. So look for those advertisements and opportunities.
Maybe someone needs, the 10 side hustles for 2023. Did that 2 days ago. I think it was on Friday. Yeah, it's a short piece, but it was really good. And I go, I know. So I'm going, well, maybe I'll leave that for another conversation. All right. So she is here. She is waiting. Obviously, there are people waiting to have this lady on because she's continuing to positively change people's lives, some of them through our conversation. So let's bring her up, who I don't know when she sleeps, but she does. Carolyn Nicole from Energy Shack Juice Bar is in the house. What's going on?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
9 hours last night, by the way.
9.
Okay. He fits it in.
I have no idea. I was talking to my husband this morning. I'm like, who needs 9 hours? Why do I always sleep so long? Like, I was in bed by 9:57. I didn't wake up till 7:02. Like, who needs that amount of sleep? I guess I do.
Well, so how are things with your family, your team, and the people that you serve?
So wonderful. Things are really interesting. Actually, we're going through another change at the Energy Shack. For those listening, you will be the first to hear it. That November 30th, we will no longer be at 2199 Midland Avenue. We will be moving over to Bellamy and Ellesmere, and we will be working together with Whisk Gluten-Free Bakery. So more details will come out, but it's we've actually, which means we are completely moving away from the retail front. All Energy Shack products will be retailed by other businesses, which sounds like, what's happening? But it's really great because our events, our retreats, our workshop, it's just freeing us up to be everywhere all the time rather than just at 2199 Midland Avenue. So it's a really, really positive thing.
Okay, congrats. That's excellent.
Yeah, first to hear it. First to hear it. Public announcement. Just want to hail up Dr. Tachi. We were just chatting about you, Dr. Tachi. So, hosts Mediascope Livest program online about media, tech, and pop culture Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Instagram, and then 6 p.m. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms, and also on the Bahamas. So, good morning, Dr. Tachi. So, Carolyn, so how does it feel to be making this change?
It feels actually exciting. Like, we're all just excited. It didn't in the beginning, we went through a lot of grieving, to be honest, because we were for so long just being here, being present, just so many relationships. You know every customer by their name. You know exactly what they want. It's nonstop. It's busy. We went from 120 walk-ins a day to now we get maybe 10 or 12. But it's been a slow progression since June where we slowly stopped things. So I'm excited to like get back to the big crowds, but on in a different format and in a different venue, not just here and not just on demand for food, which again served its time for the period of time, but now being able to like really empower people, honestly, like how to do this yourself, practically make it realistic, like not just me feeding you all the time. Like, let's learn how to do this together.
Okay. This is fantastic. So, Ryan, before Carolyn came on, you said you were at a black cake bake-off. How many
I
pieces?
heard it.
Yes. How many pieces of cake did you have?
I was actually not there for the tasting because even though, so those that have been following, I was able to do my 5-day detox, so the juice detox, and I posted about my last oxtail meal that I was gonna have for a while, and I haven't had oxtail since, but did complete the detox, but didn't do the full 30-day plant-based diet. I'm like still in, and actually, so as I finished my detox, I got caught by one of our listeners. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. I took my wife to the Cheesecake Factory. So I was in line and somebody came and was like, Ryan, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be on your detox. You're supposed to be on your we have vegetables in this place. So yes, the update. So it's been a mix. I love like having the fruits for breakfast and lunch. The dinner kind of mix it in, but yeah, it's definitely. And one thing that I missed was actually creating a baseline for where I was, because like my weight before I started, I feel like I should have did that so that I know kind of what the kind of after effects are. But I feel slimmer and less snoring at night, so that's been a bonus that my wife has told me. But yeah, and so do you recommend like for a detox like that, if that was something, because I know Christmas is coming up that time, like do you find a lot of people do it going into the new year?
So January is off the charts and absolutely insane. It rolls all the way into mid-February. So most people start pre-booking in December for January, and we do quite a few challenges. We do a 7-day juice challenge in January. It's just wild and crazy. So everybody and their brother wants to detox in January. But I do recommend, like, it sounds like it was a good experience. I mean, probably not fun going through it, but you felt better after the fast.
Yeah, and it's it's interesting how your affinity to food gets heightened when you're on this detox, because now you notice everything. I'm watching people eat, and I'm like, I'm taking walks through food courts just to smell stuff, and I'm like, everything is just heightened. But I didn't feel the urge to eat, like where I was like fighting with myself to have food. It was like, okay, this is what's happening for the 5 days. But as I got to the 5th day, you do like, okay, even the fruits, I was like, I am just looking forward to eating these fruits that when I'm breaking my fast. So that made it like more enjoyable. So
yeah, it's humbling too, right? To like live in a deprived situation where you're choosing not to eat for the benefit of your body. It's a fight for sure internally, but it does give you an appreciation for an apple where before there was no appreciation. It gives you appreciation just to enjoy a salad, a bite of lettuce. Like, it gives you a great appreciation. It's a very humbling experience.
Okay, let's catch up on some conversation before we get deep diving. So Fitness IQ, you wanted to hear about that list. I will get you that list. I'll probably put it in the detail group. That's why you should be a member of the detail group. So I'll put Discord. I think it details a Ryan Mobile Discord group. So Dr. Tachi says, Carolyn says, "Hey Carolyn, cheers to your movie and expansion. That's lemon water, by the way, in champagne glasses."
All right.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. Dr. Tachi says, "Congrats, Carolyn." For those who haven't taken advantage of it yet, I've put it across all the platforms where this is broadcasting. But if you want to meet with Carolyn for $49 instead of $110,
Right.
contact her at info@Energy Shack Juice Bar and have that consultation. So I've put that in the comments section of all the platforms that this is broadcasting live on, except LinkedIn. I can't do that because it's Ryan's LinkedIn that we're broadcasting on. I can only broadcast on one LinkedIn channel. So what else we got? So Finance goes, woo, Ryan. Wayne Harris, I haven't got your Carolyn's email address yet. I'm going to send it, but he says make oxtail cheap again.
I will wear that hat. Yes, I agree.
And then there's Divine goes, Orion. Dr. Tachi goes, that's what you get, Gala King.
Right.
And Devon says, yay for less snoring. Frequency of Brent Promotion says, good morning to all of us. Good morning to you back. And Fitness IQ says, fit self-discipline. Yes. Okay. And Frequency goes, moving and expansion, just tuning in now. He says he'll connect offline. So basically, the Energy Shack is moving from their location basically around the corner, and they're not doing any retail anymore. Someone else is going to handle the retail.
Mm-hmm.
So are there selected outlets just yet, or you're going to be?
Yeah, so we're working on it. So Whisk Gluten Free will be the main one. We have Club One Studios, which is a gym. We have Delectable Dishes by Zarla Jane, which is in Malvern. And there's a few others that want to be on board as well. But because we're in this middle of moving and all of that, I will probably launch those or have them start carrying our stuff like mid-December or beginning of January.
Well,
so you'll find all of our partners on our webpage.
Oh, and I'm probably looking at doing another 3-day detox in the next week or so, just to FYI you.
Okay. And that'll be the third one.
I'm my goal is to do at least one a month.
Gotcha.
The way to go.
And so Ryan, the next thing is, since you love your Instagram live, we want to get you doing an IG live of you doing some cooking.
Right. All right. We'll get there.
So and hey, and I'm sure if you got even making something like the Italian, Carol knows one of my favorites, the Italian vinaigrette dressing, easy to make.
Okay. Yeah,
easy to make.
That. Yes.
And then maybe, I guess the real champion is then seeing you do cook veggie burgers. That's when we know you're in.
Right. Yes.
When you do veggie burgers from scratch, we know you're in. So,
yes.
Because that takes some time.
That's real. That's real.
That's real. That's so. Thanks for everyone for being on. And again, yes, Wayne, I'll get you Carolyn's information and make it happen today. But today, Carolyn, you want to talk about your best defense, natural ways to keep your immune strong with this changing of the weather, and especially bald-headed guys like me. I know when it gets cold, I start getting congested. So the digital stage is yours. Where do you want to start?
Well, thank you. And just want to say again, it's just so good to be here and be part of this conversation with you guys. So here's the thing that I really want people to know and understand is that our world is really changing right now. I mean, viruses are becoming mega viruses. We went through this COVID pandemic, which was just madness, created a lot of fear, created a lot of sick people. The reality is that the truth is that hundreds of thousands of people die of the flu every year. Never mind COVID. That statistic never really changed. The reality is that colds and viruses are first of all on the rise. It's hard to find anything that seems to go against it, and it doesn't matter, how good life is when you get sick. I mean, it's just terrible. Nobody likes getting sick, except maybe the fact that you get a couple days off work or school if you're younger. But
you'll feel miserable.
Right. So the reality is that, there isn't an antibiotic that fights against viruses. That's just, your doctor should never, and I hope would never, give you an antibiotic if you have a virus, because it doesn't work together. It doesn't help anything. So your best defense in the world that's changing right now, where little viruses are becoming mega viruses, where cold and flu season is around the corner, and it seems like it's always cold and flu season, your best defense is to have a strong immune system, period. So that's real, and that's what we need to learn. And the thing is that it should not cost you $1 million in supplements. You shouldn't have to go to South America to get a special plant that grows there. You should be able to keep a strong immune system every day naturally. And now here's the thing, catching a cold is not a problem. In fact, it's a good thing, which I'll explain in a minute.
Okay.
But your body should be able to fight it so that you're not suffering the consequences of a weak immune system. Okay, so you feel like a cold or a flu's coming on, you're like, your energy's low, you feel a little tickle in your throat. You should be able to catch that, put the right remedies in place, and it's gone. Because that's a good thing. When your body has a virus, your system is so amazing. Your white blood cells, your different layers of defense, which we don't have time to go through today, but you have messengers in your system that tell your immune system there's a virus here. They send out your B cells, they send out your mast cells to say, okay, guys, we're going to try to catch this thing. We're going to fight this thing. We're going to inject it with these incredible antibodies that they create, and it doesn't die. So then they go and call in special forces, and your killer T cells come out fully armed, and they attack the virus. They actually will eat the virus and commit suicide. I mean, they just do everything they can to fight viruses. That's what we're designed to do. And your body does it all by itself. It also studies the virus, creates its own antibody, stores that in your body's memory, so that if that virus comes back again, it's very simple. They don't even need to call special forces. Your B cells come out, inject it with the cure, kill it, and it's gone because it already has the antibodies.
Right.
They're so fearfully and wonderfully made. It's amazing. But here's the thing, is that many of us are getting sick. Many of us have a lot of allergies, which is the sign of a weak immune system. Many of us are getting viruses to the point where we are taken down. So our immune system is not doing what it's supposed to do. So that's what I wanted to talk today, is the 3 best ways to strengthen your immune system.
All
right. Before we go any further, just catching up on some conversations here. As you see, Carolyn has low energy. All right. So Frequency Event Promotion says, we are a fan of Energy Juice Shack. Fitness IQ. Yeah. And Fitness IQ says she's documenting her health journey on her personal IG. Elemental Notes goes, good morning, Carolyn and Ryan. Nothing about Dr. Vibe. Okay. So wait, I'm just joking. Her heart is wonderful. She's a wonderful soul. So wait. Carolyn, does this mean I'm unable to get my lemonade anymore? Hashtag say it ain't so, Carolyn.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry if I'm creating confusion. Everything Energy Shack is 110% available. Your lemonades, your detoxes, your granola, your salad dressings, everything we have been making, except, the food that we stopped, which will soon be in retail stores. But everything that you've come to know us making, all of our juices, our detoxes, our salad dressings, our dry goods, available 100% of the time, but now in more locations. So you just don't come to 2199 Midland anymore, but you go to Whisk Gluten Free, you go to Club One Studios, you go over to Delectable Dishes. So we're just trying to make it more accessible at different locations, so we are not stuck to one location. So it just won't say Energy Shack Juice Bar on the side. Maybe we'll be in the window, but all of our products are 100% literally almost going viral. So delivery all over the city, and more locations to pick up from. So it's really a positive thing. But we'll be making some reels on our social media to make sure our customers know.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to give your top 3 things? Because there's a lot of questions here. So what do you want to do? The top 3, or you want to answer some questions?
You tell me. Are they questions about the store? Maybe we could just
do that. Okay. No, this is more about health challenges. Actually, there's at least one comment here. Elemental Notes says, how quickly you recover from being sick shows where your true health state is.
You got it.
And I know, joking aside, don't worry, Elementalist Doctor said good morning to you already. Love you long time. I know we're just playing there. You know that. We're just playing. Actually, you know what? Let's Divine Right, I think, has a statement and question. What does one do when you're in the midst of an allergy season? It's ragweed season here and not friendly on top of sinuses going on. My sinus congestion is off the charts.
Oh boy.
So allergies, when someone has allergies, for sure, many times it's genetic, but basically allergies are the sign of an immune system that's not working well. So it's reacting to pollen or ragweed or food when it shouldn't be reacting to those things. Your body's immune system should be able to handle it and get it out of your system without it creating an inflammatory response. And understand that when you have sneezing, when you have mucus, when you have swelling, that's the line of defense. That's your body trying to protect you. Okay, so these are protective mechanisms. So if you're having those things, your body thinks it's an invader. So how do you retrain your system to say, this is not an invader, it's a flower? Why are you reacting this way? So that takes a lot of time to work on your system. But as you follow the program that we teach, you eventually, so to get out of allergies, you're talking 1 or 2 years of hard work. Okay. But for a cold or a symptom or a sign, to have that kind of a good immune system response, I'm not saying that doesn't take hard work, but you can get immediate fixes. You can get immediate relief from that. So if you're suffering with allergies, make sure you have a clean diet. Make sure there's no wheat or dairy in your product, in your life at all. And if you're in the midst of allergies, there's really not a lot, honestly, that you can do except try to get extra vitamin C every day. Just keep your immune system strong. Lots of fresh air, obviously, if there's no pollen outside. But in the midst of allergies, there's not a lot you can do naturally, honestly, to get over it. It's a long work in progress to strengthen your immune system. But if you're sick, in the moment, there are some remedies you can do to get over it quickly.
All right. Good stuff. Yes, and Divine Right says, yep, my mother had allergies too. I'm immune compromised as well. Every fall this happens. And then Fitness IQ Cam goes, smoothies too? Are they still going to be available?
My poor dear. Camille and her smoothies. I love them too, darling. But no, they are not available. We're working on trying to retail package them so they can be pre-made, frozen, and you can just grab your bag of smoothies. But that's going to take some time. So eventually smoothies will be back, but in a retail package.
Okay. Elemental Notes she goes, I've had clients microdose ragweed to get through their ragweed allergy. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, you can talk to her for some great remedies.
Yes.
Elemental Notes.
Yeah, Elemental Notes. If you want to put your contact information on the YouTube, and what I'll do is I'll also copy and paste it for all the other platforms. And Fitness IQ Cam is not happy. She goes, okie dokie, I'll be patient.
Right. Yes.
Or after her fast, if she hasn't learned patience.
You see? Yes.
Hold on a second. You got it via text. I got it via phone call. So, it's okay. She's doing okay, and she would send me pictures of her salads. I'm going, okay, all right.
Good stuff.
What you had a top 3 you wanted to share with the family?
So okay, let's talk about this. So first of all, in order for your immune system to work well. Okay. I mean, it's incredible how we work here. Like, I mean, I was part of the military for a while. You have your infantry, you have your reconnaissance soldiers, right? Then you have your armory. So basically, everybody plays a role. So as a reconnaissance soldier, which I was, of course, I carried a gun. Yeah, I was in the military. Fight it, girl. Come
That's why
on.
you love how the
What?
body, yeah,
What?
the body has its own military, so it's very
The
similar.
body has its own
Oh,
military.
okay.
That's another
Next,
conversation for another
yeah, yes,
time.
we're gonna go offline about that one. That's a whole. That's you just dropped that. Oh, I was okay, no problem. By the way, Fitness IQ Ken goes. I'm watching my breakfast right now. Continue on. Military.
Okay.
We'll talk about that offline. Go
So
ahead.
you have your reconnaissance soldiers. That's a role that I played. Sure, we carried a couple guns, but we did not have the big, machines and bombings and grenades and all of that stuff, right? But our job was to get information from the enemy and bring it back to infantry, to the armory, to bring it back so that they could prepare for the battle. We were just the messengers, okay? We had to learn how to drive well, how to be sneaky, how to be quiet, but we were the messengers. Now, if we did not get good night's sleep, if we were not prepared, if we were not able, we would never take the right messages back because we'd be lost and confused. And that happened many times because, we would go on excursions, barely any sleep. So the information coming back was not always proper. But when you are nourished, that information coming back is proper. We have cytokines. Those cytokines in our system, they are not your immune system. They're immune system messengers. So they're the ones that see the issue and they bring it back to your immune system and tell them exactly what's going on, exactly where it is. And they make the decision of they send out the troops to go fight. Is this going to be a killer T cell situation? Is this mast cells? Is this B cells? But those cytokines are the ones that study the body, know the body, bring back the information. We have an invader here. So here's the thing about cytokines is that those cytokines are produced. Guess when, folks? Guess when your body strengthens and produces those cytokines? Mostly, when it's mostly happening.
When you're sleeping. Oh, yes. Oh, gotcha.
You will, if you know anybody who works nights, or if you're a person who works nights, no question about it. Your immune system, you get sick very quickly, very easily. You're always fighting something. Allergies come on because your messengers are either missing or weak or very confused because they haven't been produced in the proper environment. When we are sleeping, and it doesn't mean like 1 o'clock in the morning sleeping, that immune system strengthening happens between about 9 p.m. at night and 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is very, very important while we're sleeping, that we sleep in the early hours. And we have to have long, uninterrupted sleep for those cytokines to be properly produced, armed, ready, in their full production to be able to be the messengers for your immune system. Because you can have great B cells, but without the cytokines, they're sitting there. I don't even know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing. Where is this virus? Somebody tell me. And the virus takes over and the enemy comes into the camp and starts attacking the immune system. The immune system is totally off guard because cytokines did not do their job. And a lot of us are facing that today because we're not sleeping.
So is that another way of saying number one is get enough sleep?
You got it.
Okay. Also, and I really got to do it now, but Wayne has a question. He's saying, where can I go in the GTA to get a full blood and hormone level profile, naturopathic medicine to get a baseline of where I'm at before I start your regime? So he looks like he's already going to be in, but he wants to get some more information.
So I partner with a couple naturopathic doctors that can help you with that, but you would be absolutely shocked and surprised that if we have a conversation, I can already tell you what that blood work and hormone level says. I don't even need that paperwork. However, if you need that paperwork, and not that it can't be helpful to me, but I can tell by having a conversation where your hormone levels are at, where your blood system is. But Wayne, I think it was Wayne, right?
Yeah.
I do partner with a couple trusted naturopathic doctors that can do that as well. So if you just get in touch with me, then we can make all
It
those.
will happen. It will happen. For just people on the IG, we're just doing a little bit of the conversation. We're here with Carolyn Nicole from Energy Shack Juice Bar, and she's talking about your best defense, natural ways to keep your immune strong. So that's what's going on right now, IG family. So that's good. This is good. I can't wait for you and Wayne to meet. Oh, the energy. Well, I'll be able to feel it where I'm sitting.
Yes,
Big time. Big time. So let's go to your number 2.
So say you got the sleep, your cytokines are working, they let your immune system know that there is a virus in this house, and out comes your immune system to start fighting. Awesome, so great. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, I'm not feeling 100% good. You know, I don't know. I'm like craving something. Let me just go. Maybe I need some ginger ale. Maybe I should just have a little bit of this chocolate or this cookie. Refined sugar depletes your immune system immediately by 20%. So here's basically what happens. And I want us to understand what sugar does to the body. Sugar has no nutrients, 0 nutrients. In order for food to be digested, it has to be food. Food has nutrients. Sugar is not food. It's a drug. It's that white substance that is like very similar to cocaine. So let's just, anyway, what this sugar, whether it's, and don't be fooled, folks, just because the package says 100% cane sugar, organic cane sugar, that's sugar. That's sugar. Right. If I take a sugar cane and eat it, I get nutrients. That's not what they're doing to cane sugar. They rip out all the nutrients, and just because it comes from a cane sugar or beet does not mean it's good for you. They've refined it. So basically what happens is that when I consume something that has sugar in it, my body and your body goes back to your immune system, robs it of nutrients, brings it back to the digestive system so that it can be digested. So your soldiers are out there fighting this virus. Yay, we're winning. And then all of a sudden, what are you doing? Why are you taking my guns? Why are you taking my ammunition? I'm getting weaker. What happened? Just because you chose to have some sugar. Yeah.
Wow. I want to just say, shout out on the on Instagram Live, triple threat system. Good morning. My weekend was outstanding. How was yours? We are speaking and listening and getting knowledge bombs from Carolyn Nicole from the Energy Shack Juice Bar, talking about your best defense, natural ways to keep your immune system strong. So Wayne has some more comments. He says here, don't forget your engineers, chemo. And he also says, actually, Wayne and Carolyn have something in common. Wayne spent some time in the military too. So they're another thing in common. Fitness IQ Camp says, generally, ginger ale is usually my go-to, but not right now, of course. And that's another thing. That's another thing. There was a time I used to drink ginger ale. I used to make my own homemade ginger ale. I didn't buy the stuff from the store. I used to make it on my own. Not anymore. I haven't had pop in years. Okay, Divine Right says, is there a test you can take to see your levels of, I don't know what that, cytosine?
Yeah,
cytokines.
You generally should be able to. Well, I don't know that it would show your exact cytokines, but when you take your blood test, your doctor should be able to check for your lymphocytes, your macrophages. You should be able to get that test, but I think you have to ask for it specifically.
Okay.
I'll tell you wouldn't even need a test. If you were sleeping, that's all you need to know. That's it. They just naturally produce when you get uninterrupted sleep by or before 10 p.m. at night. You're set. You don't even have to worry about it. Yeah, so and if you don't get that kind of sleep, you know you're in trouble. Wow. Let me help you.
All right. Number 3.
Number 3. So number 3, here's what I think most of us don't realize or understand is that 80% of our immune system, do you know where 80% of our immune system lives?
Stomach.
The gut.
Intestinal tract.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
very close. 80% of your immune system lives in your intestinal tract. Okay. So, how important about the food we're eating, right? So important. And, when you're having that sugar, it depletes your immune system right away because 80% of it is there in your intestinal tract. It's very easy for your body, like, hi, thank you. I'll just take some of those nutrients you have in the immune system. We need to digest the sugar. But the third way that your immune system is depleted and how you can have a good, strong immune system. I know I sound like a resounding bell and cymbal, but stress. So, stress is real. Whenever you go through high stress period, your immune system takes a beating. And part of this reason is because you overstimulate your immune system response. When your body is in chronic inflammation and your immune system is constantly having to come out to respond, it number one gets exhausted. Number two, it overworks and it starts eating away at good things instead of repairing. The other problem with this constant cortisol release for your immune system is that your vagus nerve is the pathway for cortisol. So it goes, your adrenals release the cortisol, it goes through the vagus nerve, the brain, leaving the mind, it goes through the heart, the lungs, but the vagus nerve ends in the intestinal tract, friends. Every single time we are frustrated, we are bothered, we are upset, we are high stress, we are, grieved, scared, anxious, your body's releasing cortisol. It dumps through that process, through that nerve, and it ends in your intestinal tract. Cortisol dumps, highly inflammatory, eats away literally at your cells, creates abrasions in your intestinal tract and any lining it sees. It uses fat as its carrier, so it makes you start to crave fat, sugar, whatever you can to create more of that. But basically what happens is as it dumps in your intestinal tract, it inflames the area and literally eats away at your immune system.
Ooh.
Yeah, so stress is real. And then, of course, that stress keeps you up at night, and then it makes you want to eat sugar.
Mm.
Right. And when we were at number 2, did you mention instead of going to the ginger ale or the sweet treats, what would be better options to eat when we're starting to feel or to keep the immune system strong?
Ryan, I love that you're like listening so keenly. I just have to tell you, it's so great. You're right in there. Dr. Vibe, great friend you got here. Great co-host. Yeah.
He's the star,
Oh,
not me.
right.
I'm just the producer. I'm just trying to manage everything. He's the star.
Listen, because I know
you're
I'm not getting
But
enough
I'm just
sleep.
watching
I
Ryan.
know
He's like
I go
here.
eat treats.
He's writing notes in his head.
Yes, but the stress, I feel like I'm good with stress. It's more I eat a lot of sweets
Yeah.
for sure. That's my go-to.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to answer that question in a second. But Ryan, did you notice after your fast that you had less cravings for garbage?
Yeah, I had more cravings for fruits.
Yeah,
Like
that's
good,
real.
and I usually have sweet stuff. So one bad thing is that my fast ended around Halloween. So I did cave a little bit because the snacks are just like around. But yeah, I noticed eating fruits and vegetables. I was actually going out and buying more of that so that they'd be in the house. So yeah.
See,
Yeah.
See, I can relate. As I've told Carolyn offline, Bulk Barn and fruits and
Yeah.
vegetables have become my friend, and that's the thing. I'll like a lot of fruits and vegetables. Like when I don't have anything in the house, that's not a good thing. Those are my go-to. So
Yeah.
the fruit and vegetables and Bulk Barn, buying a lot of the stuff, right, and then making the time to make it. Again, as I shared with some people think it's expensive to eat healthy. It isn't. The big
Price of
caveat.
The price
Pardon
of
me?
grapes have gone crazy. I don't know if anybody buys
I don't
grapes.
eat grapes.
I love grapes, and that price has got out of control. But yeah, it is true. Like going and buying enough fruits and vegetables for a week is not as expensive as people might
Not
have
at
thought.
all.
Yeah.
Not at all. No, it's a like for me a reevaluation, and it is the big caveat for most people is making the time to make the stuff. That's the
Yes.
thing. But the big, and I know Carolyn's team is going, oh, we don't have to make stuff anymore, because I know that was a big time consumer for that stuff. But like for example, I've done one of the recipes of veggie burgers. I make enough to last me 3 or 4 days.
Exactly.
Right.
So people think, oh, so it's the investment of time in, you get the results, and it's as easy go to. You can warm them up, and gotta get by the store. There's because I got to get some more gluten-free burgers, which are like fantastic.
Buns.
Buns.
We're
Yes.
making the burgers. We're giving you the bread.
Oh, gotcha.
So all that thing. So some more comments here. Elemental Notes says, aside from gluten and dairy, artificial sugar also damages the body. It's ideal to avoid eating this as well. Unfortunately, pop and soda is full of it.
100%.
Also, I grew up drinking ginger ale when I was sick as a child. You unsure why this is a thing in the Caribbean household? Yeah, ginger ale.
Listen, it's a thing in every household. I grew up with white parents, and they gave me ginger ale every time I was sick. I have no idea. They did some good marketing ginger ale. I don't know why they think it's medicine.
Canada Dry, getting rid of the gas because all the carbonation. That's, I guess, one of those go-to
It gives
things.
you gas. Anyway, let's not go there. But
Okay.
I will, by the way, Ryan, I will close the show with some tips of what you can make instead of having the sugar. But let's keep going with the comments.
All right. Dr. Tachi says, wow. She also says stress is a killer. Yes. Divine Right says, I caved during Halloween too and paid the price. My digestive system was not happy. Lesson learned, even with miniature candies.
Right. Yes.
Those miniature candies, they add up into.
Yes.
Cool. Exactly.
Yeah, we fool ourselves thinking it's a mini Kit Kat, but when you have 6, you've already eaten king size.
It's true.
Dr. Tachi says, I love grapes too. Dragon fruit is actually my favorite.
Oh, I don't think I've tried dragon fruits.
You don't need to.
No,
yes, you do. Okay, that's a good question, Carolyn. What about grapes? Good or bad?
Oh, there's a road I don't. Okay, I'll try to say it quickly.
You took away my. I'm still. Are you gonna take away my grapes too? I'm ready. I'm ready to hear. It's okay. I accept.
The reason why grapes are okay. The reason why grapes are so expensive right now is that number one, they're not in season. Grapes have a very thin skin, so they're very, very, very high pesticides. Okay. So whenever you're buying your fruits right now, this is not the season for Canadian fruits. I mean, we loved our peaches and our nectarines and our plums and our pears. We have a very short season of local fruits. There's still apples, oranges, and grapefruits generally coming from Florida, but you don't want to buy grapes at this time of year. They're being imported from so far, number one. If you can get organic, great, but they're super expensive. But because the importing of the fruits is happening from so far, fruits right now go up high. So you may have to stick through the winter with just apples, bananas, oranges, grapefruits, pears that are still available somewhat locally.
Bananas? High
Well,
in
bananas
sugar.
are from far away, but they're still cheap is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes. And if you get organic, they're not gassed. So that's good. And not everybody can have bananas, but they're okay for people that are not fully diabetic. But the last thing I just want to share on grapes is that the problem with grapes for me is that they don't have seeds. And I know we're taking seeds out of our food because it's easier to chew and more convenient, but this is a very genetically modified fruit when it doesn't have seeds in it. So that's your choice if you want to keep eating grapes. If you do, I'd recommend you look for ones that have seeds if possible. And number two, eat them when they're more in season.
Makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Good stuff.
stockpile and I'll freeze them for my
You
for my off
can
season.
when they come from Niagara.
Yes.
But I do want to share some tips of what you can do when you're ready to help strengthen the immune system rather than going to ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what? Before you do that, I'm going to end the conversation on Instagram Live because you're going to have to watch these tips if you go to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube or any other platforms that this show is broadcast on. So as always, remember to give yourself grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith and walk good, and see you on the YouTube channel. All right. Go for it, Carolyn. Give your
All
tips.
right. So a couple things that you can do is that number one, garlic is your best friend. Okay. So garlic is a natural antibiotic. So a very, very quick, simple trick. If you feel like you're catching a cold, just take a couple cloves of garlic and about a half of a lemon. If it's not so juicy, use the whole thing. Put a little bit of water, put it in your bullet or your blender, and just put about a half a teaspoon of honey. Just blend that up. My kids would call it garlic medicine when they were sick. And just take a couple tablespoons. Don't drink down the whole thing. You don't need it. It's pretty potent. But you could just drink that 3 times a day to help strengthen your immune system. Vitamin C, honey has natural bacteria that help to fight to strengthen your immune system. And of course, garlic is just powerful antibiotic.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that. My stomach is very sensitive to garlic. Like, why was you trying to, like, for example, the recipe for Italian dressing, which I absolutely love. Your recipe says put in a coal of or either minced garlic. Yeah, my stomach can't handle that.
Right.
I have to reduce the amount of garlic. It's in there, but I got to be very careful because my stomach doesn't react to that. Oh, here's a Ched C is in, but he's got a question right quick. He's saying, what about ginger and turmeric shots?
Okay, I'm going to address that right now. So Dr. Vibe, what you can do is instead of garlic, you can use less garlic and add some onion. Onion's also a natural antibiotic.
Okay.
Okay,
good.
So turmeric shots are good for inflammation, but not necessarily for the immune system. Ginger shots are okay if it's not pure ginger. Pure ginger is a little too hard on the stomach. We have a ginger shot here that's mixed with camu, a bitter berry high in vitamin C. It has a bit of lemon and honey. A lot of people just are on this ginger shot kick because all the juice bars are selling it, but you're damaging your stomach lining. And you don't need to take it every day. You're only taking this because you feel like you've got a cold coming on. You don't want to overstimulate your immune system unnecessarily. So you feel like you have a cold coming on. You make up your garlic or, in Dr. Vibe's situation, your onion medicine, okay? And then the other thing that I want you to do, which sounds crazy, is when you take a shower, after you finish soaping up with warm water, turn off all the hot water and stand in the cold for like 4, 5, 6, 10 seconds. Then put it back on hot, and then put it back on cold, put it back on hot, and put it back on cold. You are, probably going to be singing a song and dance in your shower very loud, but you are also, the cold water stimulates your body to produce more white blood cells. So this situation, I'll tell you, you do that garlic medicine, you do your hot and cold shower, and you get into your bed at 9 o'clock, you will wake up like, where did that virus go?
Okay.
But you have to catch it at the first sign. And if you've got some vitamin C, preferably in some sort of form that's food, like acerola cherry powder or camu, not necessarily over-the-counter vitamin C, but just use what you have. Take a couple vitamin C shots. Nobody should be taking vitamin C every day. You take it when you feel like you have a cold coming on. Don't overstimulate your immune system. We create autoimmune diseases when we do that.
All right. So a few things, and Ched C, good to hear that you're good. This is what I love. Doughboy Vegan was watching an Instagram Live, and I said, if you want to catch the rest of this conversation, you got to go to the YouTube channel. He's here with a question. Is sea moss good for every day?
No, nothing is good for every day except your food and your water. Nobody should be having supplements or superfoods every single day. If your system's depleted, you went through a dehydration situation, you went through a high stress period, and your system is depleted, sure, go to some CMOS for a few days, but nobody needs those type of minerals in their body every day. These are Band-Aids, folks. If we eat right every day, we do not need supplements. Stop wasting your hard-earned money to buy all these superfoods and supplements.
Mhm.
Keep some vitamin C, keep some CMOS, keep some zinc on the shelf if you run into a virus. But this kind of prevention is not healthy for the body.
Wow. Okay. Good.
Gotcha.
This is good. This is good. We're on fire here as per usual. Divine Right has a comment. Let's get back here. Saying here, my integrative doctor had me doing that hot and cold method. Sheesh.
Carolyn's confirming you got to get back there. Now, if you're not fighting a cold, it's good to do that just once a week. But if you're fighting a cold, do it morning, do it evening. It's extremely good. It's extremely good to do that. And Dr. Vibe, I know I sent you the flyer, but if you
I'm bringing it up right now.
Yeah, if you want some hands-on, I can show you how to make a cough syrup. I can show you how to get rid of the cough and the cold in your chest. I'm going to show you a potent natural antibiotic that can just absolutely heal almost anything that needs an antibiotic. But it's some hands-on learning. So I'm inviting you to an absolutely free seminar. It's at the Toronto East Church. It's at McCowan and Shepherd. It's this Saturday. I speak at 11 o'clock for their main service, but then at 2 o'clock, there's a free lunch. And after the lunch, which will be fully plant-based, I am going to, at 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30, depends how long everybody takes to eat, I'm going to demonstrate those natural remedies for you, let you take away the pages and the recipes for your home. It's totally free. We're inviting you to come to this church. Again, you don't even have to put on your best dress, just come. And so 11 o'clock is the main service. You don't have to be there for that, but come for the free lunch at 2 o'clock and stay for your best defense. I'm going to show you with foods that you have in your cupboard, natural hydrotherapy remedies, and join us for this amazing, you need these tools. You need these tools. Your family needs these tools. My kids don't even know what an antibiotic is. They don't know what Tylenol is, Advil. I mean, they learned that in their 20s because we did not need any kind of medicine through strep throats, through ear infections. I had known how to do natural remedies and what strong immune systems my kids have today because they never went through these antibiotic situations.
Wow. So there, if you're watching live, go ahead. Hey, the address is 4548 Shepherd Avenue East. What I've done is on all the platforms that this is broadcasting live, except Ryan's LinkedIn channel, I've put the details of the event. It's in the comment section, plus the Everbright link. So it's all there. So
yes, you have to go to Eventbrite to get your free tickets.
Yes. So it is up there. So it's 4548 Shepherd Avenue East. Unfortunately, that conflicts with a sharing engagement I had that day. For some reason, there's like 3 events people want me at the same time, at the same day on Saturday. So the one I chose, the one that's sent to me first, I have to commit because I'm actually doing a sharing session there. So my apologies, I won't be there, but I hope to be at the next one.
We'll keep it going.
I know you will. I
Yeah.
know you will. I know you will. But yeah, this is amazing. Ryan, any questions?
No, looking to learn more about how to make those remedies ourselves and have alternatives. Like you said, we kind of get indoctrinated with the initial remedies and don't really know the origin or if they're actually effective. So learning about some other options to be able to make ourselves has been excellent. Thanks so much.
Good stuff. Let's see as we start to wind it down here as usual. People still got comments coming. So Ched C says, divine right, I've been doing for years. I still can't take the hot or cold. So Ched C says that, yeah, he can't take it either. Dr. Tachi says, that sounds like the Adventists. I know they're very much into plant-based eating and healthy living. There was a great Adventist market I used to shop at in the DMV. So there you go.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. So, Carolyn, any final words before you depart? I know you got nothing to do today.
Well,
You just got to lay down and relax. Any last words you want to share with our family today?
yes. I want the biggest takeaway I want people to understand is that healthy eating and having a strong immune system should not be expensive. It should be affordable. It should be practical. It should be achievable. Okay. Your body and my body was designed to heal itself. It was designed to fight viruses all by itself. If you're spending a lot of money on supplements, on superfoods, rethink that. It should not be expensive. It should not require expensive supplements. All you really need to do is get fresh air, sleep, and one thing I didn't share, which I'll just say, is exercise. Your heart has a pump, but your immune system doesn't have a pump. Your lymph system moves when you move. If you're constantly sedentary, you are not moving around, you are not exercising, your immune system will be weak, because when you exercise, you pump your lymph system. That's where your white blood cells hang out. These things do not cost money. They cost your time and they cost your planning. But, honestly, with a lemon, a garlic, onion, ginger, some of the cheapest foods on the market, your immune system could be solid at the first sign of a virus. Getting a face cloth, putting hot and cold water, like seriously, these are not things that cost a chunk of change. They cost your time, your planning, your willingness. So I just want you to think about that as we're going into this winter season where, it's very possible another virus could be on the rise. We don't have to be afraid. We have to have a strong immune system, and that doesn't happen overnight. It happens because you spent the last couple months sleeping, exercising, getting fresh air, not stressed out, and you're ready with your garlic and your lemon in your cupboard as soon as you feel that first tickle in your throat.
Boom.
Love that.
Boom. Boom. That is a wonderful way to let Carolyn go. But I think there's just another comment. And Dr. Chachi says, great show. Thank you, Carolyn. There you go.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay. So before we let go, if you have any questions for Carolyn, email her info@energyshackjuicebar.com and say you saw her in the Morning Vibe. Also, again, special offer, you can get a consultation, whether it's face-to-face or virtual or phone. Email. You get it for $49 instead of $110 when you mention the Morning Vibe or Dr. Vibe. And then finally, the contact information for the Energy Shack Juice Bar, website, email, the website, the email, phone number, Facebook and YouTube, and Instagram, which is at the Energy Shack Juice Bar, not Energy Shack Juice Bar. It's at the Energy Shack Juice Bar.
Yeah, Energy Shack Juice Bar is a hacked page, and I know people keep tagging us there, but it's not my page anymore. I can't get it back from those culprits. So it's the Energy Shack Juice Bar. And definitely reach out to me. There really isn't a situation that we've seen that we haven't been able to help fix. So stop suffering alone.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Nice.
Stop suffering alone. And just chiming in late, Ray says, good morning. Thanks, Carolyn. Great insight on how to take care of our bodies naturally.
Amen.
Nice.
All right. So, Carolyn, as always, you and the family, the team, and the people that you serve, make sure that you don't just manage your time, manage your energy, and also make sure you yes, you do, and make sure you give yourselves grace. So thanks. God bless. Peace, well, keep the faith, and walk good. Take care. Bye-bye.
Awesome,
all right, sir. Woo! Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah, excellent tips.
Yeah, it was good. Really good conversation today. So it's and it's interesting. During that conversation, my stomach started to growl a little bit. So I'm going, I better have some more. I better have some more water before I go to lunch. And it's funny. I've got to the point now that when things don't agree with my stomach's telling me.
Ah,
My
right.
stomach is telling me that it's getting used. Like I said, the salads.
Mm.
I can't wait till you make the Italian dressing. I want to know.
Go. Hey, I don't mind recording it. You'll see. People probably more want to see me doing the hot cold shower on
No, that
Instagram
one
Live.
that's going to take some time. That one's going to take a little time. But you know what?
Yes.
Maybe I'll be in the shower, putting on the machine, and I'll be like, ah.
You're right.
But
Yeah.
Chad C says, great
Yes.
information, Carolyn. I wish we could give everyone the discipline. Well, we're doing as much as we can. We're
Please,
starting here,
please. Yes.
and we're just sharing our experiences, the highs and the challenges of doing this. But it's been beneficial for me, very much so, and discipline wise, very much for me. Like, you go into my kitchen, you see bags of dried ingredients like chia seeds, sunflower seeds. Well, right now, chia seeds, where I go at the bulk barn, they say they're sold out, and there's a supply challenge right now with it. So got to work around it. I have to make some porridge this week, and definitely the veggie burgers. Having those with the gluten-free buns.
Mm.
Oh, amazing, amazing. What's on top for you for this week, sir?
Yes, as I mentioned, the season of detailing is coming to a close. So we're doing a big push for the end of November. So if you're on our newsletter, you're going to see an email come out saying like, hey, book that last cleaning before winter hits. We have a great special going on. Instead of $130, it's only $100. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, keeping on top of ACBN events that are coming up. We're working with a team from Just Us Events that is doing a special screening of the Beyonce Renaissance Tour movie. So if you're interested and love Beyonce, get in on the advanced screening. And what else happened? Yeah, the Black Cake Clash happened. So shout out to Dion. Excellent event on the weekend. Shout out to Maka. Thank you, Lisa Joy, for inviting me to be the keynote. And the rest of the week, looking forward to talking to more entrepreneurs about their business journeys.
Amazing, fantastic. And Ched C says, "Facts, you're looking good, bro. Which bro is looking good, Ryan or myself, or
You're the
both
one
of
that's
us?"
been sticking to the proper diet. And is you up
I've
to
had
what, 15 pounds you lost?
well, just to share with everyone, about 2 weeks ago, I was hanging out with my dad, and he's going, "How's this eating thing going?" I go, "It's okay." And I was wearing something like this. And he goes, "You've lost weight." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You've lost weight." So if your parents tell you that you've lost weight and you see them on a
Right.
regular basis, that tells you so. So I went on a scale, and it showed that I've lost over the last few months about 12 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
So now All right, family. Sorry about that. We had just had a short internet outage. So we are back. Look at that. So so Ched C says Ryan eating too much oxtail. He hasn't had anything for a while, Ched C. Are you and me a talk to? Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. And Dr. Tachi said, yes, he froze. So yes, so we are back up. Sorry about that. So we're just going to close it out. Sorry about the technical challenges. We had no control over that, by the way. Maybe the bad food gods wanted to interrupt our conversation. So you can watch replays of this show, The Morning Vibe, on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube and Facebook. Ryan, the Afro Caribbean Business Network on Facebook and YouTube, and Ryan's LinkedIn channel. Few other quick things we have here. Let's do the roll call. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. You can also check Dr. Vibe out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram with the Dr. Vibe Show. Advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I host. Email me dr.vibe at the dr.vibeshow.com. And finally, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. You know what I'm going to do this week? I'm going to put up 1 or 2 recipes that y'all can try if you're a member of the Discord group. All right? So that's it. Let's get some quick comments and then we're going to exit. Let's see. Welcome back. Thank you, Fitness IQ Cam. Christopher Carey says, the food gods were after us today, the bad food gods. And great conversation. Thank you as always, Divine Right, and your wonderful son. So let's close it out here. As always, live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourself grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. On Friday, on the Morning Vibe, Ray McMillan is going to be talking about mortgages and getting mortgages during these tough times, getting a mortgage during these challenging mortgage times. Tuesday night, tomorrow night, I think she's still here. Dr. Tachi and Dr. Alicia are going to be chopping it up tomorrow night on the Dr. Vibe Show platform at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. So God bless, peace to all, keep the faith, walk good, and take care.